has been nothing short of ridiculous. Space Station coming fresh off a thrilling 7-game series, now in the lower bracket here against Moist. Cole.
A couple of thrilling 7-game series in a row, and we are potentially in for the third one in a row. This is going to be a stunning series, Stumpy.
Space Station falling victim to the fact that they couldn't close it out earlier on. Heartbreak for them. They find themselves here in the lowers and against a horrifying team in Moist.
It's once again Moist doing what they did in the winter, which is just make an impressive lower bracket run. This is one more rung on the ladder for them. They've been consistent ever since they got into the lower bracket. Space Station are gonna have to find a way to break through that.
On the opposite side, Space Station, when they are down, they really feel like they're not going to be out. Is that how they want to start this series? Absolutely not. But the pressure from Moist is at a boiling point.
Joyo has been absolutely nailing these double taps since this major started, and this is just one more to add to the collection. There he goes. He makes it look so easy.
And that has to feel a little bad for Space Station, knowing he wanted to start out strong after that last series, but Moist always going to bring you that. Joyo is always going to hit those double taps. They got to find a way to cover them. As another one just bangs off the post, Space Station will take it away.
The amount of fans as well between Moist and Space Station here it's almost night and day, right? It feels like Moist are the home team. They are the one that everyone wants to support. Rettel's dad is here doing God's work, quite frankly. He is getting everyone chanting. He wants that SSG hype because they were such a big land crowd team in the LA Major.
And they came so close to that reverse sweep earlier on, losing it in devastating fashion. Couldn't quite get over the hump there. And they'll be refreshed, ready to go right now against Moist Esports.
Space Station have been on offense for about 20 seconds now, trying to keep the pressure up. A light shot turned away. You see again, Space Station always hunting on that goal line for a demo, but here come Moist. Not a lot of moves to commit, and how often do we see that from Moist? Two of them in the air near the ball. It has to be so frustrating on defense.
It's also just terrifying just to look at. You see somebody going for an air duel, do they have the flip reset, or will it be the man on the ground who wants to send that dagger to your net?
Moist slowing things down. Nice small ball passing here from Moist. Move back down to the orange half, maybe get a shot. Space Station just trying to withstand Moist passing, not wanting to overcommit, because you know one bad challenge could just send the ball hurling towards your net, but Moist continuing to pressure.
They're putting so much pressure on Space Station Gaming right now. Every time Space Station clear it, it's coming right back at their goal as Arsenal gets half a clearance. But again, look at the speed from Joe, wins it cleanly. Daniel saves it out wide to the side. But again, shots after shot raining in for Moist.
Good opportunities for Space Station to get counter-attacks, though. As we mentioned earlier, Moist are sending a lot at every single play. There are holes. They just need to find avenues where that ball can slip. Rise, able to clear it to the corner, and another touch.
Some opportunities here for Space Station. A nice bouncer, but it's off the post. And Moist get there first. Space Station just not in position to take the rebound.
Just for a second, Moist Esports, who have had boost control since the beginning, were pretty low between the three of them. They do manage to survive a fairly scary moment.
Moist again. Not able to get to that challenge. Space Station might have a breakaway, but again, gonna be difficult getting by Rise. Moist able to maintain that 1-goal lead. A lot of time, shoot off the clock, just under 2 minutes left. Another demo in front of the line. Moist able to handle it for now.
More demos coming in this time. Moist going towards Space Station Gaming. Vatira up for one. Can't quite get that double. The shot coming in from his teammate.
Showing no signs of fatigue so far, Moist Esports, after that best of 5. Went all the way earlier against Team Liquid. Rise gets in there and almost nips it past Rettles.
Another demo for Moist, but Rise ends up getting bumped out, or Vatira bumping into Rise. And maybe that could have been an opportunity for Moist to add to their lead. Regardless, they maintain possession. They have a winger, and to commit on that, I don't know if that's going to work.
Vatira coming in, trying to get the God pinch from the heavens. Didn't work out this time, but Moist, that's the kind of inventiveness that they can have. They can work every now and then, and Space Station need to keep their eye on the avenues of play that they will be exploiting.
Two of them have 0 boost right now as far as Space Station are concerned. This is not how you get back in the first game, especially when you're conceding.
And they had a couple of chances, but this is just too much. Rise getting the first 50. He's got plenty of time, slips it right over the defender, and nobody from Space Station ready for it, hoping that challenge in the corner would have came out. They were still getting back into position.
Yeah, I mean, it's such good play from Moist Esports. So tempted to sit back and defend, but this is the team that never fall into that trap. They keep on pushing, and time after time, it works out well for them.
Oh, Vatira, my goodness, how often does Moist do it? Right off the double tap again.
Off the kickoff as well. When Space Station are down, they are being booted over and over again. Under a minute remaining, that's Moist with 3 goals. When this game looked so close, Space Station, they let off the gas by 5%, and Moist have put their pedal to the metal.
They definitely seem to have identified the backboard as a weakness for Space Station have Moist, but one thing they don't have as a weakness is this kid, Daniel.
Nice win here off the kickoff for Space Station. See Joyo trying to get the pinch, but read well by Daniel, and he got the favorable bounce off the ramp as well.
It's a good idea for Joyo, I think, to go for that pinch, but with Daniel coming off kickoff and going to the left-hand boost regardless, where else is he going, Joyo?
Space Station could get something going here. There is some time on the clock. A pinch getting it down to the blue might start getting things done. But Moist, keeping that ball close. Rise keeping it away from that Space Station rotation. No boost, an attempted pass. Moist can clear it away, more time off the clock.
Finally finding its way into that blue half for about half a second, but then straight back into the orange side. Final 20. Sees Arsenal alongside Daniel going for a miracle play. Rise will miss. Arsenal will go low, but just devastatingly wide.
So close right there, just to giving Space Station half a chance. And wait a minute,
we go.
What's happened in the defense? Moist, only 1 goal up now.
Just a little bit of nonsense.
Just a little cheeky challenge here from Rettles. Actually avoided a bump, which forced him to jump early on the play, and that happened to put him in perfect position. Now 8 seconds left. This kickoff is everything for Space Station.
Suddenly it gets very, very interesting for the last 8 seconds or so. Everybody is watching and just seeing, can Space Station win this kickoff? Joyo, he's highest read by Arsenal, but Joyo, a huge challenge in the air.
Popped up high. Rettles trying to keep it away. Push downfield. Arsenal not really in position, and Moist will take game 1.
Game 1 of what may well prove to be yet another lengthy best of 7. 4 games needed to win. But we know that Moist are going to go 3 up. Space Station will bring it back up to our game 7.
What could possibly make you think that?
We'll see Champions Field. Space Station may or may not reverse sweep, but it will be exciting regardless. The composure on Moist throughout that entire game as well. Super chill. Sitting there, chilling together. There were goals scored, they were having a good time, but they were like, no, let's go. We've got this. We can win.
One thing Space Station did well, though, was at least make Moist sweat at the end of that first game. From 3-0 up, they were looking so comfortable. The mechanics were all working. The double taps were flying home time and time again. Their mechanics are just as good as ever. But Space Station, they kept on pushing and got themselves within a goal.
And I think for Moist, they did such a good job of controlling the pace of the game, and how they do that is just these nice touches that sometimes it puts it back, but the control of Moist, that's what has made them so consistent in every single series we've watched them in this tournament. That kind of expert control is so hard to contend with. No matter what Space Station try to do on that challenge, they make it so hard to get to the ball.
Earlier on as well, it was Vatira in defense in particular against Liquid. He stood up tall so many times, allowing them to have that control. And then when Rise and Joyo get going, they're borderline unstoppable.
They're going to hope that they are completely unstoppable this time, though, because going to the lowest so early has hurt this team. They face so many more games, but they still have the full intuition of a Moist roster.
I think Space Station had a little bit of momentum near the end of the last game. Maybe started to figure out how to get by Moist one-on-one here in the corner. Not much really here developing for Space Station as Moist just drive them to the corner, get another clear.
Good start there for Space Station. They're getting a little bit of pressure and certainly not looking like they've been overawed by the situation. As Rettles goes to the ceiling, Arsenal is waiting underneath it. How's his first touch? It's good. Good 50-50 game from Space Station, something they're known so much for. I don't think we've seen enough demos from them either. Against Moist Esports, that's one way to really clear the path.
Yeah, getting rid of as many players as you can is just going to make those final touches a touch easier. Somebody else I've not seen a huge amount from is Daniel. I think at this LAN we saw him absolutely pop off, nearly going for an incredible double tap there. He's made some opportunities, but you look at him a few months ago and he scores them. There's something just a little bit different about the British air for him.
Space Station have gotten a little more control of midfield. Light shot taken away by Rettles, up in the air already. Vatira and Rise working their way forward. Joyo third man for Moist. They contend with the counterattack. Here it comes for Space Station, a little wide of the net. Not much there developing, but again, Space Station able to contend the midfield line at least, but Moist pushing forward.
Rettles going to have to keep an eye on this one. That clearance a little bit dangerously close to the Space Station goal, but it was into space, to be fair. So the com's still good for Space Station. He's still showing lots of alertness. It's been a long old day. All of these teams have had. It's been an epic day of Rocket League so far.
I mean, going down, as I said, into those lowers, it's also good practice. Ultimately, you've got it at the highest pressure you can possibly play at. So far, Moist just have been the beneficiaries of dropping down. Space Station coming from the uppers. It's a lot harder to deal with mentally, I feel. But this game, as we approach half-time, dead even.
Moist have not had nearly as much time in the orange half, nor have they had the backboard as often like they did early in game number 1. In fact, it's been Space Station who I think have been getting a little more pressure on the net, and a couple of chances here for Moist. They only need one, and they almost made it happen, but a great save stopped in front of the net.
And it was Joyo getting that second touch that he just did not need to get. Vatira was there. If Joyo faked, I can see that absolutely being a goal.
Joyo is going to put this one high into the top of the map. Daniel's following him up. And I mean, just a bit of dead space right now in this game. Certainly, though, Daniel pops into life, and he almost gets the dunk home.
Look, Astral got a double flip reset earlier. Daniel was like, you're right, I got to hit one too, Astral. Hang on a second, Moist marching down the field, immediately pulling off the play, not wanting to send the house there, recognizing Space Station. They've been able to thwart their attack on most of these pushes. Missed there, as it's put up off the back wall, and Vatira just trying to keep it away.
Slowly but surely, they get the impression that Moist Esports are just getting something going. Joyo, again, not quite the touch he wanted, but these infield passes are starting to pin Space Station back. They're all relying on about less than 50 boost, and that means that Joyo and Moist Esports in general, they can really just turn the screw.
90 seconds and an open net appears. Vatira manages to work his way back into the home half. Again, a shot. Both Arsenal and Rettles being credited.
I don't think I've seen it bounce off the inside of the post from that angle before.
I mean, half the time, mate, that just goes in.
Not for Space Station. Moist. Able to survive, push the ball back over to the corner. They get demoed. Rettles taking out Vatira on the play. Space Station move forward. I feel like Daniel's really starting to heat up. His shot was turned away, and another one for Moist.
Right, so dropping that just slowly into the midfield, had to rely on his teammates to pick up that ground. Rough touches may well be a decider, but Vatira managing to clear that shot away from Daniel, who is looking a lot more confident.
Yeah, his flip reset auto-aimer seems to have just been turned on as Rise has to beat Rettles to this race. There's Joyo to the backboard. Rise getting it to finish. For once, he's not able to.
He hits that 99 out of 100 times. He never misses that off the backboard. Vatira in front can't get the dunk. And Space Station, a couple of chances here for Moist, and nothing on the board.
Space Station managing to avoid death yet again, and I don't think it's down to them. I think it's down to Moist not being able to score, but they're going for upper one. Daniel!
It's been coming. It has been coming. Daniel has been threatening the Magic in the last couple of minutes or so. Finally, this is the opportunity that he finally sinks.
Oh my goodness, and over to the left, able to get it away from Moist. Car was turned just a little off. It was going to be hard for him to get back to that. And Rettles with that setup touch as well, just beating out that first defender off the back wall.
The chants of Laniel then echo around the arena as they take that incredibly late lead, and we're about to hear the countdown echo around as well.
Moist. Got Vatira. Joyo in the air. He missed the ball. Twice now. First, the miss off the backboard on an open net, and Joyo had another look, completely missed the ball.
So near yet so far for Moist, but it's Space Station that take their first game of the series. It was a nervy, tense set of 5 minutes on Aquadome right there. But I mean, Daniel Stumpy, this player, he is coming to life, and that is a scary thought for Moist Esports.
I'm really excited to see it as well. I've been looking at Daniel. I've been impressed, don't get me wrong, it's still Daniel, but it's not Daniel. It's not Laniel. We're seeing Dan, we're not seeing Lan. And that, going for the one, getting it away from Joyo as well, setting it behind both defenders, managing to get the goal at 12 seconds left. A massive play.
And with that finish as well, it wasn't just a case of getting the flip reset off the backboard and putting it on net. He really accurately threaded that needle to get it into the tiny point that wasn't being defended by two Moist players.
I do think Space Station, they can't rest on that 1-goal lead, and I really doubt that they will be, because Moist weren't without their opportunities. I would say Space Station definitely fortunate in a couple of those scenarios, but Space Station can certainly be happy about one thing. They won't have to fight down from 3 games to nothing.
Oh, that's nice. I think that's nice for all of us to not worry about that heart attack, no matter what side.
I know they really want to be reverse sweep merchants, but look, I think it's better for the heart this way.
You can't plan for it, guys.
They've got one up their sleeve. They'll take it later on in the tournament if they get there, as Daniel launches another one. This time better defended by Moist.
In the corner, Vatira trying to get things started, but every challenge, Moist have really been stuffed in the challenge game. It's just those breakaways that they get. Really the only issue that they're having. They can figure out a way to break through that Space Station line. Maybe they can start to open the scoring up, but Space Station, another clear.
Going long, it seems to be the aim of the game, and Rettles has got the target set on every single Moist player, along with their net.
Once again, Daniel at the heart of it, just putting this one onto the backboard in the perfect position. Joe couldn't quite get that read, and then Rettles with the finish did what he had to be done.
Question mark looming over Joyo again, though. We saw him miss a couple of shots. We've seen him miss the touch on the backboard. I hope that doesn't become a theme of the series, because we want to see these teams at their absolute peak.
Well, they'll be able to talk it through, Moist. This is the team that's already been to 5 today. Goodness knows how far this one is going to go in this best of 7. They got the comms right. We know this is the team that can rise up from the ashes if they start to struggle. They'll be fine.
Nice bump on to Daniel. Moist trying to set it up. Oh, Rise just missing it. Maybe he had just a bit more boost, but it's still in the air. Vatira scores!
There's your man. Look at the pace from Joyo right here to set up Vatira. He's back in the game.
Rise managing to fake it away with the ball cleared from Rettles by Joyo, and the back right side behind Arsenal manages to receive that ball. Moist Esports are drawing it up versus one of America's best.
A lot of times breaking that levy is just enough what you need to forget about all the whiffs, all the misses from the previous game, and right off the kickoff, Joyo sees it, and Rise delivers!
Did we or did we not back Joyo to come back to life? Look at this, just floating in the air, getting over the top of 2 of them, and then there's Rise for the easy finish.
Brilliant movement by Joyo, just to open it up, lure someone in, and then send it for the pass. You can be simple with them, but that is not always the best move.
Oh, they got another one, and he missed it! Space Station, they had the line covered, but you think if the shot is wide enough, maybe it finds the right side of the net. Moist still in control of this. They actually lose the 50. Smart non-touch here from Arsenal. Now he's underneath on the dribble. Got the 50, got the read underneath, but no angle for Space Station to attack. Joyo closes it down.
I mean, Joyo, the speed that he's showing right now is
Again.
jumping in defense. He's teeing up Rise. He's involved in everything suddenly for Moist.
Heading to the ceiling was Vatira to shut down Daniel. On the side of Moist, they've got Joyo turning it on. For Space Station, they have that secret weapon.
There he comes down the field, wants the bump, not gonna get it. Vatira gets kicked out of the way as well. Rettles enough boost to make something happen, and Arsenal harassing them downfield. Pushed in front, Daniel in the air, got the 50. Arsenal in front, he got the catch, not exactly how he wanted it. And it taken away by Vatira, wins the 50 against Daniel, putting Space Station back.
I love the idea from Space Station, trying to take those extra touches in front of the Moist Esports goal, but just not quite working for them there. And then Moist, they counter so quickly, but here's Arsenal. He's got a chance himself to send one forwards.
Space Station really trying to force Moist into those 50s. Feeling very confident on their approach to the ball. Arsenal several times now. And they're always sending that man forward, trying to get a demo, but here they come again, Moist. Joyo trying to take over the game for Moist, keep them in the lead, maybe add more.
We're really starting to see the mechanics get activated on both sides. Well, Joyo getting flip resets. We're seeing Daniel going for the same. We're seeing demos coming from Arsenal and Rettles, and Rise and Vatira following up on the blue side.
Space Station got the midfield. They got a demo. They have the backboard. They almost got the goal, but it was taken away at the last moment. Vatira picks up the save.
We've seen that so many times from Vatira today, just showing his importance when the ball's in blue territory. We get a chance to attack. 2-1 up, Moist again on the cusp of going up in this series.
With 90 seconds left, it becomes imperative that Moist hold on and hold that line. Joyo on the backside has 30 boost, but one flip reset means it goes further than you could have dreamed.
Space Station, eyeing to dive forward on that 50. Vatira doesn't get the pinch he wants, but it does allow Rise to come in. Moist, again, thwarting Space Station, not letting them spend time in the blue half. Well, Moist end up bumping into each other. This does give Daniel a little bit of space, but again, the 50s are starting to flip here for Moist.
Yeah, just a little bit rushed there from Rettles. He could have stayed behind a little bit longer, stayed grounded, but he just jumped too early. That's allowed Moist in for this attack, an attack which is still going until Rettles makes up for everything.
Joyo becoming maybe a touch too predictable with the blip resets, but with the lead, all you need is to draw a defender in. You don't need to be getting the goals, you just need to act like you're about to destroy the dreams of your opponent.
Back in the corner for Space Station. Keeping it close.
Oh,
Rise
no way.
Tried to use his crystal ball and almost found the right answer. Arsenal got the 50 back for Space Station. He jumps in front, and we've seen him do that many times to put Space Station right where they need to be. And it's pushed up high again. Rise got the redirect, and he puts it in!
Beautiful finish there from Rise, living up to his name. And just check out this finish, the beautiful pass there from Joyo. And Arsenal is just beaten all ends up.
Tapping it so deftly over the deep end. Nothing too crazy needed, just something that will outwit the man behind you. The 2-goal deficit now, the Space Station to chase. It becomes a scary prospect going down.
Oh.
But Rettles with the open net by the hand of Arsenal, it will be one.
Just like in game one, 3-2 with 20-odd seconds left. And
Look
it's
at
going to be nervy for Moist yet again.
Arsenal getting the first demo, opening up the back end of the net, and then bumping another player up into the backboard to take them out. Arsenal doing a lot of work to clear the path. And now a little bit of time for Space Station. Arsenal takes it himself. Wants the ceiling, actually just takes it back over to the side. Shot denied before it could even happen. Rettles, a little bit of space, and no more time. Here he comes in front. Rettles back in front. Still in the air. Daniel's there. Puts it up high. Where Space Station got it in front, but Moist take the game.
There was a chance there for the redirect, but just slightly heavy in the touch at the 0-second mark, and Space Station Gaming find themselves going behind in the series.
It was good movement down the pitch by Rettles. I enjoyed the fact that he went solo for a little bit and then tried to hand it off to Arsenal, but as I said, Cole, going just too close together. You couldn't get the redirect to go in a good place, and ultimately, Arsenal ends up tackling the teammate. They need to go for a risk, don't blame them one bit for it. Moist go 2-1 up in the series, and the crowd are very much on their side, chanting the players' names, wanting the Europeans to win out.
And twice they've won out despite it being so close right at the end. I mean, we talk about it a lot, but it just continues to be true. Moist Esports, they never seem to panic where any... Hello, by the way, guys, you all right? How you doing?
Hey, boys.
Give you a little wave. Hey.
Fellas,
They're having fun up there.
Hey! They wave back at us. Happy days. Yeah, Moist are really good at holding out, is what I was saying.
Space Station, now gotta figure out how to tie this series back up. Again, it was like game one at the end. They started to figure it out, and Arsenal starts looking really threatening in front. The more demo heavy Arsenal gets, the more worried I get for Moist. Because as soon as he just is like, you know what, I'm not even gonna go for the ball anymore. I'm just gonna take you out of the play. Moist's gonna have to keep their cameras on the swivel.
You absolutely do not want to see him when he is angry.
I'm just loving the battle right now. I was going to say between Daniel and Vatira, and Joyo as well, but there was Rettles steaming in also for a goal for himself.
Light touch here from Daniel. Allows himself to get to the 50. Now Moist still with control. Taken away by Rettles. Space Station just getting to these touches. A little space for Moist. Daniel saw daylight, but just couldn't quite get to the ball.
And Vatira, I didn't think he was anywhere near that ball. Manages to beat Daniel out regardless. Joyo in the corner trying to show off the mechanics. Goes high, but Rise tapping an unlikely shot towards the net, but drop down from Vatira. Chances really emerging with Space Station wrestling one back.
Great pace there from Daniel to get involved. Arsenal takes his touch, Rise tackles him, so a good attacking chance for both teams, but still 0-0.
You saw Daniel in the corner just kind of used the tail of his car, just a light touch, the bounce off the rim. All of Moist were covering the back wall and were ready for a bounce center instead of just bouncing straight out. Those little light touches from Daniel that just keep Space Station in those tight sequences. They gotta find a way to get those quality shots. Moist able to keep them away from the net for now.
Interesting movement by Joyo. Fancy going down on his roof. Didn't manage to get anything special out of it though, and so Space Station continue their push. No demos just yet for Arsenal. Someone I'm really keeping an eye on. Shying Rettles to just get in the brains of his opponent.
I love that about Rettles, that unpredictability to just stare down his opponent with absolute fearlessness. And this attack is still going from that moment.
There it
A
is.
huge demo comes in. Surely it's going to lead to a goal. And yes, it has.
The Destruction Derby will continue here on Utopia.
Again, Space Station, it's their bread and butter. If you can't beat them, delete them. Space Station finally getting a lead after a while, about what, 8-9 minutes of gameplay?
Yeah, it's a big slog for Space Station there, and it's one of those moments where you really do see daylight, as you mentioned earlier with Daniel. It's something where that needs to be held, it needs to be cherished, and you need to extend it further. Keep parting those clouds, because the rainy day is coming.
Space Station are done with double taps. They want to see no more of them. Covering the back wall again and keeping Moist out of it. Maybe getting one of their own, trying to push it forward. But Tira's there to clear it away.
Daniel's just going to take a touch. Only as far as Joyo for now. Rise is waiting for it, but Joyo just puts that one into the corner as the crowd continue to serenade. Absolutely full energy from everybody behind us. Still 1-0 Space Station, despite what the crowd want to see happen.
I love having that soundtrack behind us, by the way. Hearing them singing the names of any given player. And Arsenal shut down Joyo's naming lights.
Tira wanted to commit. You saw him swivel away. He had his teammate Joyo come in to help him for the save. Now Vatira, a potential breakaway, but then shoved the ball to the corner by Arsenal.
Vatira's done that a couple of times in this series, when the ball is landing on him and a player is so close to his blind spot, and he just has the composure just to take that first touch, the perfect first touch, and dribble it away and make it look easy.
Nice pass over in front. The shot, actually another pass, and the shot way too high from Joyo. A big chance and a good creative opportunity there from Moist.
Passing quite close to each other makes it difficult for Space Station to read. And that save! How does he dive in front? Both Arsenal and Rettles credited for that one as well. Can Rise get the touch? Instead he turns and tries to double foot Rettles in the net.
Vatira's been one of the best defenders at this major so far. He just keeps popping up out of absolutely nowhere, saving Moist Esports' skin, but they need to do more than save themselves. They need themselves a goal quick.
They had a little bit of space, but Joyo decided to wait. He did get a 50 out of it. Rise also trying to push the issue in the corner. Moist starting to wrap around the Space Station defense. Can they constrict it? Can they get the tie? Vatira, the pass again denied. Space Station have a good read on those infield passes. It hasn't worked for Moist in this game. And an open net, a goal off the bar for Rettles.
Rettles did his best to go. You know, he's playing Crossbar Challenge, an old British classic. Daniel did so much work. If Rettles had missed this, would have been quite something, but he didn't. He managed to get it in.
Oh, I really felt like that was going to get missed, and I was kind of here for it. But I'm happy that Space Station managed to get it away.
You are that's a certain kind of evil.
I'm a cruel and evil man, and I purely want this chaos bracket to continue.
It's Rettles. Rettles can deal with it. He's got the ego he needs to get over that and score the next goal.
He was born in the chaos. It's fine. Moist, they want to bring a little bit more order to this series, though.
Oh, here comes Space Station. It's another open net and another goal. Rettles gives Space Station their third.
The game plan working to perfection for Space Station Gaming. Just defend with all your lives, and eventually you'll get a free goal.
That's 3. That's somewhat insurmountable for Moist.
Somewhat.
That may well be Utopia closed out.
But we thought that in the first game.
We've seen crazier things this tournament.
Exactly.
But there's still 2 more games, regardless of these teams to battle through against each other to win.
Down in front here for Vatira. Moist just unable to get anything that they wanted going, and it wasn't like game 2 where it was missed opportunities from Joyo or whiffs, and what a save. It's been that. Is Space Station locking it down. They haven't given Moist the opportunities in front of the box. They've hopped their passing routes. Moist haven't had the space. They haven't had the chances, and Space Station all over them again.
Earlier on it was Daniel, now it's Arsenal that has stepped up massively. First with a huge save on the goal line, and a little fake afterwards just to take away any chances of Moist Esports being able to bring themselves back into this game. The most comfortable win for Space Station yet.
The speed and aggression at the end of Utopia sums up how that game went for its entirety. As it drops to the floor, off the backboard, Space Station level us up 2-2 as we get to a late point in the day.
This is a gritty series so far. You don't see a lot of space. You don't see what you saw in game 1 with the high-flying attempted double resets, and there's just not the space to do it. It is cutting off passing lanes. It's getting to the challenge as quickly as possible and not giving opportunities to the other team, for both teams.
Yes, I describe it as wildly imperfect. There aren't these clean mechanics that we see. Every now and then they will get past. You'll see a wonder goal from Daniel, the double flip resets, all of those moments. But you won't see that happen time and time again because of the aggression, because of the activity that they're chucking towards the opponent.
And when the game gets so challenge heavy like this, you see the mind games happen. You see, okay, I'm gonna try to bait you in. I'm gonna try to make my car bigger and try to cheat you into coming into my challenge and forcing your team into a bad spot. It's levels of mind games at that point, Cole.
That last game was exactly what Space Station Gaming like to offer this little esport we call Rocket League. They want to be horrible to play against. They want to make you make mistakes, and they will always punish you for them. They have a team that no one likes to play, and based on that last game, most esports weren't having too much fun.
Moist have been able to respond with each Space Station win. See if they can continue that here on Wasteland. Space Station, not feeling too much pressure, getting an easy clear to start. Oh, actually, they got it in front. A shot, a goal!
Yeah. I was going to say, first 30 seconds leads into opportunities, and Space Station, they get the first one, pitched wonderfully by Rettles, and then faked with the hook shot initially, going into the high shot above the keeper.
Arsenal taking his form from the end of last game as well, where he really just started to dictate the pace of things. That was another example of that, and he's looking like the best player on the pitch to me right now.
Space Station in their last series, they just took a while to warm up, and it was Arsenal who really kick-started their engine and got Space Station back in that last series. They couldn't complete that one. This has been much more a back-and-forth battle. Rise in front, trying to find his way forward. Joyo, that's a nice catch off the side wall. What's he got in front? He's got a demo, but the ball pops up off of his hood. Space Station gets some reprieve here in the corner, but not for long. It's two there, commit from Moist.
I was just about to say, they seem to be focusing more on solo plays, slowing down the pace, taking control of the ball, but that double commit will not help them in that regard at all. You cannot waste boost if you want to play a solo-heavy playstyle. Moist have to keep the comms up.
Rise, tries to go for something special. Nearly secures it, but Rettles shutting that down. Joyo, the man with the goal participation, attempts to get another assistive medal. Rise again to shoot, and the assist from Daniel.
Rise, this is not a good shot, and they're the last player in net, no boost. You see him slow down and puts it on the back side, and that was going to bounce out off the post. Rise just off the mark, but it didn't matter. It was enough to get the goal.
Also, it wasn't Daniel, it was Rettles. Apologies.
He did say the assist from Daniel, and Daniel passed it to the shooter, so
in which case,
I'll give it to you.
All good.
Well done.
You know what, he made it awkward on the shot, so I said it wasn't a good shot, but Rise, you know what, decent.
We're all wrong, we're all right. Well done, guys.
Good team effort.
Oh, almost a good job there off the bar, but Arsenal shot just a little too high. Space Station forced back. Another demo, and maybe two. You see him wanting it, but Rise isn't going to let it happen. Gets the clear out, and another touch off the bar and out. Space Station have control of it. Rise bumping the last player on Space Station. He's going to be slow on the rotation, but Moist can't push the ball forward. Another demo, this time Rise onto Rettles as Moist trying to push forward.
Moist come into this event winning the most recent EU regional against Team BDS, so they have victory in their blood since joining Moist Esports. They came so close last time out, battling to get further this time as the musty flick comes out.
Something that we've seen from Joyo when he gets comfortable is he goes for musty flicks. He's done it ever since we saw him on Queso, and it's continued the tradition through to Moist Esports. If Space Station see him musty flicking around the pitch, it becomes a dangerous weapon.
In front, Moist and Vatira got the challenge and a quick read from Daniel. Rettles racing back to this ball to the corner. Joyo gets in position in net. Vatira trying to make it a little easier. Ball up high, and Joyo's there for the clear again for Moist. Space Station hanging on to the midfield control.
Yeah, just about, but one misplaced pass lets Moist straight back in. That's brilliant play from Daniel, though. Can he get himself going again, quieting down a little bit in the last couple of games, but he's so good when he has ball control. Arsenal continues his ball control. Can only take it out wide for now, keeping control of the ball. And letting in Daniel out of nothing.
He took Moist for a ride on this play. Hop right off of him. Look at that. Are you kidding me, Arsenal?
And the fact that Daniel was waiting and ready to strike from the genius of Arsenal. A mentor of his laid it up on a plate.
Moist trying to get that goal right back off the kickoff. Space Station ripped the ball away. Good 50 from Rettles, but no one from Space Station there immediately. Moist trying to find their way off the backboard. Space Station again have been so good, so clinical, Cole, in finding those passing lanes, cutting off anything Moist trying to do off the wall or in front of the box.
And I love how happy they are just to slow the ball down, even in those terrifying positions, but it can backfire when Moist have chances like this. Arsenal is going to go high. They can see those seconds ticking away. Another goal will be absolutely lovely. That one's going wide, and Joyo, the speed that he's shown there to nip in, but Space Station, they're getting every loose ball right now, and it's working so well in their favor.
Oh, Rise trying to get that touch out, but in the air, another challenge, keeps the ball hanging in front of the box. Moist, that one just off the ramp, bounces high, another shot, another ball down and out. Space Station almost get a 2-goal lead.
How on earth did that one stay out? I don't know if it was red or if the ball just fell on him. And suddenly, the parting of Space Station, Moist get their equalizer.
Joyo making it happen all by himself. A perfect read and a perfect shot to put it, and it's a tie game.
Matera was just there with the escort, but Moist, they do get themselves back into it. Every game so far has been so close, and this one on Wasteland is no different as Moist put on more pressure. Rettles has to keep himself behind the ball. Great win there from Daniel, but Matera with the wonder read again.
Wonderful read from that backboard, keeping them safe in the overtime on Wasteland, potentially a saviour for Moist and Space Station respectively. I'm sure both of them are welcoming it at this point. We approach golden goal time regardless, with 30 seconds remaining and a bump from Rise to clear him away. The final 20 sees a double commit from Moist. Space Station, they are floundering on the backside. They're so low on boost.
Moist are building the pressure cooker right now on the Space Station, and it just might explode here at the end of regulation. They've had the pressure, and now they just need the finishing touch, but Space Station will leave it in a second. Right at the end, and maybe get one of their own to pass in front. Nope, we got overtime to go to match point.
Lovely idea, the pass there at the end, but unfortunately just not quite the player on the end of it to keep something going into overtime. And we will go into next goal wins territory. Great pass there from Arsenal. Daniel is there, but so is a save.
Close one in front of the box. Moist trying to get that ball out. That's not the best touch there from Vatira. Forces Rise into support. Joyo gets demoed on the play, but Rise forces the ball back out. Vatira gets in front as well. That demo nullified.
Vatira's in front, but Arsenal is dead behind. He's trying to bump every single player on Moist out of the way. If he gets a demo, it's just a bonus. Handed off from Vatira to Rise, saved by Daniel.
Moist looks so threatening when they put that ball forward from the midfield line, and here it is again, in front. Poked down again. Joyo's in the air. Shot underneath, way too light. Space Station easily clear.
It was light, but I love the communication there. Vatira wanted it, but he let his teammate in, and now he's all the way at the back. Just trying to get past one, past two. Arsenal tees up Rise, and it's Space Station Gaming that have the pressure.
Joyo pushes the ball underneath. They got a demo as well to support, and that may have actually prevented a shot from just happening right there. Allowed them to come back underneath. Space Station win another touch. Back over to the corner. They're in control right now. But Moist, keep getting to these challenges before Space Station can really put the pressure on, and a big miss from Space Station.
We were talking about Arsenal early being aggressive. Rettles hasn't left the orange half. He's sitting on the back trying to redirect it like that annoying kid in Ranked.
A little bit better than that, though, is Rettles, than any kid in Ranked that I've ever seen, at least. And just one of the horrible ways to attack that Space Station have, as Vatira races Arsenal to the ball and gets there. That one's going out wide from Rettles. Can there be a clean space touch here? Yes, there can. It's Rettles to Daniel to the backboard, but it's fine for now.
Joyo trying to find a clear. Arsenal back in front. Joyo slips right underneath. Now with control, Rettles stuffed off the ball. Punches it right in reverse, gets the 50. Moist pushed in. A little bit of pressure. Another 50 in front. The shot on target. Saved by Rise.
Oh, what a save from the side for Rise, but the attack continues. Joyo, all-important touch, but Space Station have so much control right now.
More opportunities apparating for Space Station as this series continues on Wasteland. That's central, that's a shot, and it's a save again on a miss. Sees Rise have to be miraculous.
It was a whiffy. Nobody hit the ball in the air, and then it ended up being a save on Space Station. But how do you expect the ball to just drop in front as you're trying to rotate out of net?
There was chaos, there was pinball. The only thing we didn't have was a goal. As overtime continues, half an extra game has now been played. This one's the backboard again. Space Station Gaming still edging it, but Moist, you just know how quickly they can turn something into magic.
Up high quickly, Joyo off the corner. Moist All they need is one chance. And a nice carry here to prevent Moist from immediately getting the ball, but Vatira able to steal it away.
That was exceptionally clever from Daniel. He could have just boomed it into the ceiling, but he didn't need to. Waited and roll over the shoulder. And lets it smash the top left.
Time and again, when Moist need to ice up, Rise is the chilliest man on the field.
Beautiful finish there from Rise, and that overtime was pretty much the exact opposite of the last game, where it was Space Station who played that counter-attack style. In the overtime there, Space Station had all the pressure. They had boost control, they had more shots, they had more chances, they looked the better team. But Moist, they took their chance, and that is the difference between the two teams.
Timeout by Space Station. They're gonna need it. They are now on match point, 5 minutes away from being eliminated from the tournament unless they can somehow force it to Champions Field. I believe every single game, or every single best of 7 today. Is they gonna go 7 games? That would be insane.
It's such a stark difference to our fantastic, don't get me wrong, day of Brios.
I really wanted us to set a record for the sweeps, you know? I was having fun.
That would have been nice.
We ran out of brooms.
Instead, though, reverse sweep or not is never in this question. It is game 7, potentially on its way. We find ourselves at 6. We're on that precipice.
This is where, as well, player exhaustion really starts to come into it. I wouldn't be surprised, as they talk things through in this timeout, if we see a few more whiffs, a few more weird plays and mistakes. As these players start to get tired, the pressure just continues to impound upon them. Who can deal with it better?
And this vital extra minute that we allow them in the timeouts, they can take 1 per best of 7 series. It's been taken by Space Station. They are on that point where they need to not let anything slip. They need to win 2 in a row. It's vital time. As opposed to typical 60, you got 120 seconds to sort it all out.
And Space Station have got the perfect man behind them right there, Chrome. Stack said earlier, one of the finest minds in Rocket League. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We've got Vatira G'ing up the crowd. It's happening. Moist are loving this. They might not even need Game 7 for once. Maybe they can do it here.
London, get loud for your homeboys of Moist Esports.
Well, those of you at home can't feel it, but I just felt my feet shake from the vibration. That was kind of cool.
It was kind of cool. Nothing hits like Copper Box, Joby. Nothing hits like the Copper Box.
Space Station. Timeouts have favored teams that have taken.
Yes.
And Space Station, with Chrome, they're one of the best teams at being able to reset that mentality, to put things on the right track. Chrome especially. Sometimes in the beginning, the only guy cheering for Space Station when the vibes aren't there, he kickstarts Space Station's engine. They're gonna need full throttle here on Neo Tokyo. We're underway.
And they're playing well as well. Space Station Gaming have had such brilliant moments as Rettles just beats Joe to the ball, all ends up. Arsenal has been hot in this series. Daniel got about 15 flip resets in about 4 seconds a few games ago. They have ways to damage Moist Esports, and I'm sure that's what Chrome will have been reminding them. But Rise on the other side gets a flip reset of his own. Rettles gets the save, and then Vatira puts Moist up in the game.
We mentioned Rise's ice at the end of games, but he is instrumental throughout. Vatira outspeeding yet again the quickest man on the pitch.
And once again, it was a counter-attack. Space Station Gaming started the game a bit better. Then there was Moist. One chance, boom, goal.
Space Station in front on the kickoff. Reynolds puts it up high. Space Station actually forced back to their own corner. Daniel getting harassed. Reynolds hoping he can delay, and Arsenal wins a big ball and gets a big goal!
Maybe Moist getting just a little bit carried away. Space Station Gaming doing a great job in punishing them. And what a pass that was from his own back wall from Rettles to Arsenal.
Going central with that when you know the third man is already pushed up will lead to a goal surprisingly frequently if you've got the speed to beat out your opponent.
Such an important response from Space Station because you took that time out to reset the mental, to just kind of be like, all right, it's all right. We know how to beat this team. We know how to play this game. Moist scoring that first goal could have absolutely made the wheels fall off the wagon, Cole.
In a way, it's also the perfect goal as well. They punished their overconfidence. Just in case Moist thought they were going to run away with this one, Space Station say, nuh-uh, not a chance.
Rise. Underneath, oh my goodness, Rise. It is crazy how much control these Moist kids have. This pushed out again and challenged. Space Station get the ball back downfield.
Vatira's got no boost though, so we just got to wait for Arsenal to come down upon him. He actually did really well just to force that one to roll up, so Joy can do something with it, but that something is only getting tackled by Rettles for now. But where's this ball going? It's floating long until Arsenal finds Rettles.
Going central yet again. Passing plays seem to be on the menu tonight, and they do! Assisted yet again by Space Station.
Moist are playing pinball with Space Station, right off the corner, right off the player, right into the net.
Now that, my friend, is called a doink, and it was a beautiful one from Vatira. Moist regained the lead, and that was a stunner.
90 seconds have passed, and magic has befallen us in the copper box. Moist take the lead and a potential top 4 spot in the spring major.
Think about the journey of Moist Esports in winter when they were queso, going on that almost historic lower bracket run. Not able to get it in the grand finals, but they're doing it again in the spring. They fall early and they just somehow pull out the wins. There's still time for Space Station, but Moist, not threatened at all by the timeout, not threatened at all by the demos. They still continue to push the mold against Space Station.
They never give up the Space Station Gaming. I mean, this is the team that has reached deep in tournaments themselves as well since bringing in Daniel. They are used to this pressure, they are used to this experience, they're used to making these passes. Daniel, that one goes high. Who's following up? It's going to be Rettles, and Rettles gets the equalizer.
What's better than 2 defenders other than one incredibly confident American? Rettles charging down the duo, and yet the Space Station logo bursts into life.
Just half a game left on Neo Tokyo. Space Station respond again. They haven't been able to take a lead. Moist in front, but Space Station have a pass. Back over to Daniel. He sees Arsenal. He sees the net. Oh!
We had to hit that one with full power. Look at this. The goalkeeper was in the perfect position. Arsenal didn't care. Look at that strike over Joyo.
He's like an expert bowman. It's like he's been shooting arrows for 30 years. That accuracy, that power is ridiculous.
And yet we see him get so loud and so aggravated typically, and he was calm as a cucumber on the player cams. Space Station this time with a lead.
Moist pushing it off the back wall. A little slow to respond here as they see Daniel. Now he's deleted. Moist trying to get control with Joyo. Small touch in front. Moist really trying to figure out where to get by the Space Station line. They do shuffle that ball underneath the back wall. Do it again here for Space Station. Joyo has one. He had the reset, but Daniel was there to commit.
Such a quick clearance there from Daniel. Knew exactly what Joyo was attempting and realized that he had to attack him in the air as quickly as possible. These mechanical plays, North Americans have been playing against them for forever, for years. They know how to defend a solo play, and that was a perfect example.
And Moist have had, Moist have this ball right now. Hang on a second.
Oh.
Puts it off the backboard, and a bouncer and a goal! Joyo makes it happen!
Vatira and Joyo, they were queuing up to put it away. All we needed was one of them to keep their composure. In the end, there he was. Joyo was there, bounces it over the top of Daniel. This game is going all the way. Maybe this series is going all the way too.
We draw it back up on Neo Tokyo. 3 goals apiece. 90 seconds remaining, and stories yet to be told. Rise wanting to read it from the corner bounce, but unable to. Vatira goes skyward, goes down, goes towards the net, but Rise wide.
Moist are feeling it right now. You can feel the momentum. Just not able to get by Space Station for the lead yet, but Joyo pulls off for Rise, looking for Vatira. He's got him. Moist back down the field. Space Station have a chance to look, but just throw it away. Back to the midfield line, hoping for a 50. They don't get one. Space Station again, dumping the ball away to Moist.
Moist do have momentum right now, but Space Station's first goal in this game was when Moist were getting overconfident. They just put themselves in the lead and were overcommitting. Space Station happy to play the counter-attack game if they have to.
40 seconds. Space Station need a goal now or in overtime, but Vatira will be there. Instead, a save, vital for SSG.
Still they're pushing, Vatira gets bumped out of the way. Joyo deletes one defender, but Reynolds still pushing forward for Space Station. Vatira looking for a clear. Arsenal back over to Reynolds. Reynolds gonna keep it close. Back over to the corner. He's got the 50 against Joyle, but no one's gonna follow up immediately here from Space Station. Daniel, back over to Reynolds. Challenged it from the box. Another one, a leave there from Space Station in front. Rise almost getting it. Vatira pre-flipping in front. He's got one touch out to the corner. No pass, Space Station clearing it out. No time left. We go to overtime on Neo Tokyo.
Terrifying for Space Station Gaming right until the end, except wait a minute, the end is not yet. Everybody looking now, see who can get this next goal.
They're off the corner, taken away. Moist, a free ball in the midfield. Joyle,
Chance.
does it come off? No, it's taken away to the side wall, and Vatira can't get there in time.
Opportunities opening themselves up, and Daniel is there to attempt to sink it, cleared away by the Moist defense on the blue side. A bump imparted on Rettles as a gift. The Rise with 100 boost and the biggest dream of his life loses control. Arsenal up for the double touch. Vatira going long, and it's just pounding each other's net.
Space Station trying to thwart the rotation, deleting Moist players out. Joyle gets bumped, but he got the touch. Rise harassing the back line, trying to keep Arsenal honest. Reynolds got the clear. Daniel gets the bump. Space Station goal!
1 second earlier, Moist had gone for that exact play themselves, and Arsenal just dodged it. Down the other end, the air bump. Space Station Gaming show how it's done to force Game 7.
You are not safe on the ground, you are not safe in the air, and you are not able to take down Space Station Gaming without them going to the death of a series.
We actually got another Game 7.
Because of course we did, John. Obviously. Do you see the caliber of these teams up here?
I think the crowd had something to say.
They're not wrong.
There is one more game.
There is.
Not
Technically
wrong.
correct.
They're a smart bunch out there. And look at that.
I love
Moist, the energy. Absolutely
so
stumpy.
good. Being able to watch them in person, interacting and having those emotions shows how much it means. And Rettles getting that winner, it brings them through. It keeps their hope alive.
I'm still thinking about that last whole sequence where Rise trying to bump Arsenal, but Reynolds had the free clear, and then Daniel just hits him right back
Space
with a
Station love
bump
it.
on the backboard. It's amazing.
Space Station
They say
love.
you can't play that game as well as we do.
Exactly. It's like Space Station trying to out-mechanic Moist Esports. Sometimes it will happen, but normally Moist will win that. Here we go, it's Game 7.
For the 4th time today on Champions Field, Moist, can they clutch it up like they've done so many times? Vatira, put that ball out, and Moist start out on the orange half. Another good challenge in front for Space Station, and we have a battle in the midfield.
Tira's going to try and dribble his way forward, but Daniel again getting so involved, just slaps that ball away. That's a great pass there from Daniel, but Tira just sends it along.
30 seconds gone, and Arsenal is immediately going for the demolition man. He wants to remove Moist from the pitch, make it easier for his teammates, and Rettles, he does not want to miss out on that fun. Gets one and Rise himself. Daniel to shoot. Arsenal to bump, but Joyo to clear with the help of Rise.
I think Arsenal might be yelling at Daniel, just go for the shot there. I'll bump them all out of the way. He's trying to plow the Moist goal line. There's another good flick from Reynolds. How has he looked so far? This push, no double, and no shot comes. Daniel got another touch, tried to read that one, but not gonna get it. Arsenal holding down the midfield.
I feel like the way that Space Station play as they almost get them onto the backboard is perfect for a Game 7 like this, because you're going to frustrate your opponents by getting these bumps and demos. It can be so horrible to play against, but so good Vatira. Rettles gets a chunk of it, but the ball ends up in the back of the net.
At 50, getting straight down, and what a catch by Vatira. Put it right above the back wall, and Joyo,
Great
too
effort.
much power for them to save.
Brilliant effort though from Rettles, to be fair to him.
Yeah.
Didn't count for anything in the end, but so close to getting that save. What happened in the end though was that it's 1-0 Moist in the decider.
Space Station want a quick response. Daniel not gonna get the ball out to a teammate as Arsenal continues to burn chassis off the field. Moist gonna move down again, high ball, cleared away.
Moist Esports, they have to keep talking, and they have to keep moving their cars as well. As soon as you're flat-wheeled against a team like Space Station that's going to take you out of the game, they have to stay so fast and not just succumb to the situation. There's Vatira, almost another goal.
They're clear for Space Station.
Though. The opportunities, they're rolling in. There's chances where Space Station, they have to hold it. They need to get a goal down the other side, but what's more imperative than that? Don't go down by 2.
At 50, making life a little difficult for Reynolds. Moist moving forward. It's been hard to get goals. Vatira pushing this one up. Joyo just trying to be in the way. Maybe getting a bump out of it, but no contact. Arsenal, no touch. Reynolds, a nice catch. He actually keeps the ball close here, and then he gets deleted for his effort.
Oh, what a close down there from Arsenal, Rise. He was alert to it, but just Arsenal proving that he can never be counted out of the play.
Rise got the catch. Not gonna fake out Reynolds. He's going full supersonic on Moist. Trying to bump them out of the way, trying to force them out of the rotation. Arsenal in the air, bouncer! Oh, what a save from Rise!
Two players having to commit to that, but Rise again, staying grounded, staying cool.
Oh, it's off the post!
Shooting wide, Arsenal isn't able to clutch it out.
Daniel tries to hold it down, and now he's got Reynolds again. Space Station weaving their way around Moist, but Moist able to cut each thread with scissors, still getting the ball back out to the midfield.
Here's Rise, huge boom from him, just to keep Rettles honest. Arsenal has Daniel in front of him. Can he clear a path for Arsenal? Not quite, but it does fall to Rettles in the end. That one just so high, though, exactly what Moist wanted. They'll be able to see this one play and swallow some precious seconds off the clock.
Arsenal in front. He's looked hot. Can he get even hotter? Reynolds and Daniel both commit to the ball, and this has created a breakout for Joyo. Joyo in front on the 50. The dunk not good enough. Arsenal flips in front.
Yeah, great blocking though there from Arsenal. Had to stay strong against two Moist players.
Oh, the
it's
pass.
getting so close. There is the pass. Huge from Daniel. Arsenal clears it. Chances at both ends.
The line so close there between Space Station chasing one goal or having to double it up. Now an attack forming on the blue side of the pitch. Joyo to clear, but only as far as Arsenal. Daniel demoing Rise as well. He's taking part in that action.
Rise got the 50. The bounce, but not enough boost. He's got to let the ball go. Space Station has to settle this down. Moist can be so fast on that attack. Space Station know it. They're just trying to keep Moist honest on these touches, not giving them too much space. Rise doesn't have the boost. Space Station win another touch.
Space Station are 2-7 in Game 7 this season! But none of that matters now with the late equalizer.
40 seconds remaining, and Space Station, they pull it out the bag.
Oh man, 39 seconds. Daniel coming up with the touch that Space Station need on the kickoff. Coming down to the end of regulation. Both teams have had their chances. Neither team has looked dominant. It has been a true battle in this best of 7. Space Station marching forward. Moist Esports trying to pull the rug out from under them. Here they come underneath. Shot on target denied again. Space Station hanging on to that ball. Vatira avoiding the bump. Space Station again getting that clear, just getting it away from Moist.
That's a huge miss there.
Oh,
Daniel's
he's
gonna
got
get
it!
over to
He's got
Vatira.
it!
Yes, he can! Arsenal put Space Station Gaming on the cusp of the top 4.
Rettles becoming animated, returning to where he began. And on this big stage, they are sitting 9 seconds from success.
Can they do it? Oh no! Oh my goodness! A complete gap on the kickoff, and Moist have tied it up!
Turning this series around in a matter of seconds. The Space Station fans going from jubilation and returning that to Moist.
How do you recover from that? Let's find out.
Kickoff again, the end of regulation. Is it Game 7 overtime, or is it a buzzer beater? Vatira, he sees it! No chance! We got OT!
Oh my goodness, drama up until the very end. A series that had Game 7 overtime written all over it, lives up to the expectations.
Vatira, or excuse me, Moist popping the ball up in front.
Joyo.
Another top for Joyo, taken away, but there's Vatira. Puts it up high in front of the box. Space Station under immense pressure right off the kickoff. Rise around the corner, Rise in front, but the box not gonna get there just yet. Vatira pops it up, Reynolds is there, and Space Station withstand the tsunami.
Arsenal immediately going for demos as soon as
Oh, the
they get
pass.
control. Joyo receiving from Rise that time. Rise missing on the second attempt.
Space Station getting another clear. They haven't actually got real control, but here, that might be the chance. Reynolds has to wait because Daniel's in the air. Arsenal also off the backboard, he comes out. Rise gets bumped off the play, but he's still trying to get the bump. Reynolds comes straight back down. Rise never gonna quit.
Not spooked off from the bump plays after the way the last game ended. Moist continue to attack. They smell blood, but Space Station have come more into the overtime after that blistering Moist start. Here's Rettles in the corner. Vatira dribbles away.
Rise pops it up in front of the box. There's Arsenal to take it away. Daniel also there, only 12 boost though, picking up every pad that he can. Moist, take the ball away again. The challenge is not quite in Space Station's favor right now. Vatira pops it up in front of the board. Straight back down, but the clear taken away again by Joyo. In front of the box, cleared out by Daniel to the corner. Space Station desperately need a clear. Can they get one here? Reynolds cut off again. Vatira, he's got it back to the corner. Pushes it back down, and Space Station withstanding still.
Such limited boost, and yet Space Station managed to hold on tight. Moist, opportunities, but none yet to come. Will we see Space Station's incredible counters, or will we see Rise?
I saw it, and I've seen Rise do it so many times. And you thought it was gonna happen again, but here comes Arsenal underneath, taken away again by Rise. He's got control in the midfield. He's got enough boost. What's he got? Reset, but too far forward for a pass.
It was too good a connection there from Rise. Wanted just to get a little bit more of a weak touch, but the attack continues. Daniel leaves it for his teammate. Rise is almost in. Is anyone there from Moist? Again, no.
All Daniel did was just sit there. He knew that there was the potential for the 50. Here they come.
Oh, the
Joyo
50.
busting, and the shot. Oh, Boys are the coldest team in the tournament. They ice up again.
It had to be Rise. It's always Rise. How does he do this time and time again?
He's absolute zero cold.
Oh my goodness, Moist esports. 9 seconds, it's deja vu and London.
There's no way that you can take down Moist in a Game 7, not even Space Station. That is one of the most turbulent endings we have ever heard today.
The crowd going absolutely bananas for Moist. And man, you know, I think Moist are the merchants of entertainment